you cannot play Frankenstein's monster without nodding to Boris Karloff. And so I said, we've got to do that. We have to make that nod, but we've got to make Frank real.
Great to meet you. Good
nice
morning.
To meet you too.
So, congratulations on the movie. I really loved it. First of all, I wanted to ask you because, like, this Frank is like a more human version of it. So, what was the starting point to create him?
That you cannot play Frankenstein's monster without nodding to Boris Karloff. You try to do that, and you've lost immediately. In everyone's head, even if they've read the book, and he is not described whatsoever as looking anything like Karloff, you still have that image. And so I said, we've got to do that. We have to make that nod, but we've got to make Frank real. We have to make Frank a real person, a human being, as you said, not a monster, a human being who had abysmal experiments done to him by this worst father in Victor Frankenstein that you could ever imagine, just such a pathetic man. Who then committed atrocities, and Mary Shelley had heard about this, and so she wrote on the day, this book. She got some of it right, she got some of it wrong. Boris Karloff and James Whale decided to make a movie. They did some research. They met witnesses who'd met with him. Oh, they said he's 8 foot tall. He wasn't 8 foot tall because he's a man. He was 6'5", but when they were terrified, they thought he was 8 foot. He's got a flat head. No, he doesn't. That's wrong. No human has a flat head. He had a hairstyle that made it look like it was flat, but they were right about he had this big scar across his forehead and the staples. So we created and carved our own Frank in the midst of that. And then what we see here is Frank arriving in the 1930s in major cities in America, being well over 100 years old, having taught himself how to speak very well, and now dying of loneliness and needing a companion.
And this is also a love story, kind of like a twisted love story. But I wanted to ask you, how does Frankenstein sees or understands romance? Because it's like a very different way.
He's learning about it for the first time. He's had nobody teach him, but he has watched movies for that. And there's a character played by Jake Gyllenhaal named of Ronnie Reed, who's kind of a Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire kind of a character. Top hats, tap dancing, witty repartee and all of that. So Frank, who really doesn't possess any of those talents, that's what he thinks a gentleman should be, and that's how you can win over a woman. So that's what he tries when he first meets the bride, and it's funny, and then he realizes, no, this woman is a firecracker. She is something that he's going to have to hang on to tight and see if he can hold on, because she is on a mission from God. She is authentic, sincere, fast. She's got a lot of moxie to burn.
I heard it.
And he gets to act in a whole different way with her. Yeah.
Perfect. To wrap up, this is a punk movie in spirit and soul and aesthetics. So did you have any chance to get music in the process that was related material or anything like that?
I always do that. Usually it's by myself. I always have a music list that I associate with the film. I use songs all the time. It's the quickest emotional access that you can have. Turn it on and bang, it makes you feel a certain way instantly. And with that, Maggie had actually asked Jessie and I to play, songs for her that we thought were appropriate. So we had a whole music library.
That's lovely. Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much for your time, Christian.